Hello Geminis. Welcome to your August reading. If this is your first time stopping by, and if you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. It does help me a lot to continue making these videos for you guys. Thank you so much. I do highly appreciate your love and support. I want to wish you all a great month. And now let's get started with the first week of August. So Geminis, you start with the Eight of Swords. I see that this is going to be a stressful week. It's going to be a week that you will feel alone. You will feel like your back is against the wall. At work, you might be asked to do something that you either gonna feel unqualified for, you're gonna feel like you're not really prepared, ready, or you might put you in a difficult position to confront someone or have to, go against another person. But on the other end, you can't say no either. So you're really thinking, okay, what can I do? Can I do this? How do I get out of this situation? And you will be put on a spot. So you will have to come up with something quite quickly. Just try to, if you don't feel ready, try to gain some time. Try to not give an exact response quite yet. Think about it. Try to find a way when you can deliver that message without saying no and being rude about it, but also not getting out of what you think it's not right for you. Don't do something if you feel that it's not right. It's not something you want to do. Don't feel forced either. That's not good as well. What I'm feeling for couples is you have to be careful with what you're asking, because there's going to be a debate, there's going to be an argument when you might be asking the other person to change, and because of your delivery, because of the way you're asking, the other person might tell you, your partner might tell you, hey, this is who I am. If either you like it and you stay, or you don't like it and you can go. Kind of like that final answer, and you're feeling the same way as either at work or at home. You're feeling that same energy. What do? I don't want to leave the relationship, but I also don't like this particular few things that the other person does, that your loved one does. So what should you do? What I'm feeling, you guys, with 8 here is that maybe you're asking too much, or the way you're communicating is not the right way. You have a little bit of a victim mentality. And with the 8, I'm also seeing there's a power struggle here, a power conflict. Who is strongest in the relationship? Who is the one dominating? Who is the one being in control, per se? So the sum of it might also be just you trying to prove a point, trying to prove that you're the one dominating the relationship. But what I'm feeling is everything has a solution. Just try to maybe change the way you're talking, the way you're communicating with them. Try to focus on a few things that might really be important for you, that they're deal breakers that you really need the other person to work on. Because I'm feeling with the 7 of Cups that there's so many different things that you want. There's so many dreams, there's so many things that you're asking for. Even in regards to your relationship, you might be asking from your loved one to change like 10 different things, and they're feeling overwhelmed, and their first reaction is, no, I'm not doing that. This is who I am. I'm a formed person. I have my own personality. I'm an adult. Either you like it and you stay with me, or you don't like it and you go, because you're overwhelming them with all the different all the different requirements that you might be giving them. So try to focus on a few things, A, B, and once those are completed, then you can move on to other things that are less and less important. And that's also true to yourself, your dreams, your goals. Sometimes, Geminis, you have this tendency to multitask, do so many different things at the same time. You always like to try new things, but you try them, and then you try another new thing, and then you try another new thing, and they're always different things that you're starting at the same time, but you're not really going in depth into either one of them. Okay, so take that time to focus on yourself. What does your heart truly crave? What do you want? What do you desire? If you're unhappy with this particular relationship, or your job, or your professional life, where you are in life, emotionally, spiritually, at this moment in time, what changes can you make? Ask yourself those questions. because it's good that you have all these plans, all these dreams, all these goals, but you also have to be practical about them if you want to see them manifested and transformed into real life, not just as dreams. And I'm also feeling, you guys, that there is a third person. There's a third person that is the shadow of this third person is still in your relationship. So this can happen. I'm feeling either you're the person that every time you have a disagreement with your current partner in life, the moment you have a disagreement, you start thinking about your ex. Oh, that relationship was better, or we had a better understanding, or they would have never said that to me. So you already start going back and thinking back, craving that past relationship. Or I'm feeling that your partner might be still either talking and keeping like a friendship with this ex, or every time they're comparing, they're saying things that remind, to kind of trigger you and say, oh, well, that my ex would have never asked me this, or kind of comparing you with them and making you feel like they want to find an excuse to go back to them or run back to them. Something like I'm still seeing the shadow of another person or a third party still being in this relationship and blocking you from moving forward. In the third week with the Two of Pentacles, I'm feeling that for a lot of you guys, you are trying to manage everything, your day-to-day life, your job, your professional life, but you're having a hard time. You're having a hard time working, feeling motivated, feeling focused, managing things the right way, paying your bills on time. Some of you guys, I'm feeling that you have been maybe overspending, doing more. This can even be like shopping therapy, like you have been stressed and you're shopping, you're doing things, you're just spending money just for the sake of spending money, even for things that you don't need. So try to be careful. Now that you're listening to this video, make sure you keep yourself on a budget. Make sure you don't overspend, just in case things start getting to a point in the last week of in the last week of August, when you can feel like, okay, you can't afford a few things, or you might have to cut corners somewhere. Also, because in the last week with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm feeling that you were relying on some money to come in, some money that either can come from banks, different organization, if you've applied for a loan, if you're expecting money to come in from family members or helping you in a certain way. That money is not coming in, at least not in the last week. At least not in the last week of August. So you might be spending, thinking, oh, I'm not going to worry because I'm going to get that money by the end of August. And now that money doesn't come in. And now you're asking yourself, oh, what do I do now? Now I'm stuck. Now I'm in this particular situation when I can't figure things out. That's why I said it's important to not overspend before the money is actually in your bank account or in your pocket. And for people that do rely on their family members, or you're in a relationship when you might rely on someone financially, I'm feeling that this person is not going to be so willing to help you by the end of August. They're going to see how much you're spending, how you're not really being careful with your finances, and they're going to tell you, look, I can't help you anymore. You have to figure things out on your own. I can't be here for you to help you every time you need help. You constantly need help. You have to be more financially independent. And if you have been applying for a job, or you're waiting for a raise or an increase in pay, it's not going to happen in this last week. Okay, so there is a need here to be more practical. You're too much in your head. You're too much in your dreams, Gemini, in your plans, and in thinking about the future, that you forget about the present moment, what you're doing at this moment in time. How are you acting day to day? How are you managing your finances? What measurements are you taking to work on your goals and make things happen for yourself? Okay, I see you guys being you're too involved in the project. Sometimes you need to step back, clear your head, look at everything, in details, and then reevaluate, change your strategy, do different things that you can do to improve the situation. And don't worry so much about the Eight of Swords. Don't worry so much of this person your partner telling you, look, I'm not going to change, if it's been said in a moment when you're both very angry and you're arguing. Because sometimes people, when they are angry, they might say things just because they're upset, they're angry, and they want to end the conversation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to change or they're not going to improve anything. Okay, so give it time. Just maybe a different approach will help at this time. And from the Oracle of Astrology, we have Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the opposite of Geminis. Okay, they're the philosophers. You need some of those characteristics of Sagittarius during the month of August. What I mean by that, you need to be more, take risks, be more adventurous. You need to have a plan. You need to focus more in depth into whatever goals you have. As I said, Geminis like to scratch the surface, learn a few things, but don't go deep into a subject. Sagittarius are the opposite of that. Sagittarius love to learn, they love to read, they love to get into the core of something, really analyze everything, they really follow through with a plan, take the risk, take the leap of faith. So have faith. First of all, have faith that whatever decisions you're making, it's gonna result. Also, learn, read, inform yourself as much as you can. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, look at the bigger picture. Just think about it. If I keep the card right here, you can see everything, right? But if I keep the card right here, it's so close, you can only see half the screen of what's going on in my desk. Now the card is right here, so you can see more. You can see the golden truth, and you can see everything else. So that's why I say sometimes when you're too inside a project or you're too close to something, you can't really see. The answer might be right in front of you, but you can't see it. You have to take that time to distance yourself, think clearly, analyze everything. And that's what Sagittarius has, that ability, the ability to look at everything from a bird's eye view and make a rational decision. Okay, so those are some of the characteristics of Sagittarius that you need to apply, Gemini, in the month of August. Also, the stone for you guys for this month is called the Chairoti, Chairoti. I'm probably saying this wrong for sure, but you have the spelling here is Charoite. And we have this beautiful purple, black, and purple color, beautiful stone. It's only mined in Russia, so it's very unique. If you can't find it, I will also advise to substitute it with amethyst. It's also more expensive than amethyst, but it's a very beautiful stone. It helps with our crown chakra. It helps to heal and absorb any negative energies that we might have in our body and transform that energy into healing energy for ourselves. It's also very good to meditate with. It helps us through transition periods. It helps us to look at the bigger picture of things in life, to have more faith in the divine, in the universe, that we're making the right decisions, to open our third eye as well, to help us see things more clearly, have more love and compassion for ourselves and for others. It's a great stone, and very beautiful as well. It has this beautiful deep purple color, purple dark, and some of them, it can also be green as well, depending on the shade that you can find. But it's also mined, as I said, in Russia, so it's quite unique. To replace that, always go for amethyst, because it's connected with our crown chakra as well. And the last message from the Oracle of Love is: life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. Okay, beautiful, beautiful message. Let things flow. When you're holding on to something for a long time and it's not the right thing for you, you're blocking that energy. If you're trying to stay with someone, but you're constantly telling them, you need to change, you need to change, you need to change, then you might have to ask yourself, are you asking for are you in love with this person, or are you in love with the idea of that person, or who that person can potentially be? Okay, asking someone to change a few things because you're living together, and small things around the house, everyday things that might bother you, it's a difference from asking someone to completely maybe change the way they talk or the way they act, or major things about their personality. So depending on what your requirements are and what you're arguing about, then you really have to wonder and really have to ask a few things yourself, Geminis. If you are in the right place, are you at the right job? Are you with the right person? Are you blocking your energy from flowing, from letting things just unfold on their own? Are you holding on to things? Sometimes we can't see it. We think that, oh, I need this is the best thing for me, without realizing that, yes, this door is closing, but another one, a better one, might open, that might be the better fit for you. Okay, so always think in terms of, what are you stopping? Where do you feel like you're forcing something too much? You're not allowing it to just happen. Okay, this is all the messages that I had for you guys for the month of August. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with other friends as well, and I see you next time. Bye bye.